Question for you. Are there moments in history when people were justified to take extreme action, even if those actions were considered unethical or wrong? Throughout history, there have been numerous instances where individuals or groups have taken actions that were considered extreme or unethical, were driven by a perceived necessity or moral obligation. From revolutions to wars, the answer isn't so cut and dried. That's what we'll be discussing this week on Philosophy Friday. Hey philosophers, I'm Jonas, and this is Philosophy Friday. Here we dive deep into life's big questions, unraveling philosophical mysteries for the curious mind. Don't forget to check out the question for next time so you can be part of the conversation. Before we begin, I want to relay a small change we'll be making to the channel. In order to improve the quality of the discussions we have here, we're going to slow down and post a video once a month. These videos are hard to make, and I hope that by slowing down, I'll be able to improve the quality of them. Today's question. Are there moments in history when people were justified in taking extreme actions, even if those actions were considered wrong or unethical? Throughout history, there have been situations where people have felt compelled to take drastic measures due to oppressive conditions, existential threats, or moral imperatives. Such actions often spark debates over their ethical implications and long-term impacts. For instance, the American Revolution involved acts of rebellion against the British Crown, which were deemed unlawful at the time, but are often justified today as necessary steps toward independence and self-determination. When examining these examples, it's crucial to consider the perspectives of various philosophers and ethicists who have pondered the morality of such actions. Immanuel Kant, for instance, argued that a categorical imperative might denounce such actions, while others, like John Stuart Mill, might evaluate them through the lens of a utilitarian, focusing on the outcomes and the greater good. And of course, if you're finding this discussion as interesting as I am, hit the like button and subscribe. Let's see what our community has to say. Sammy Stelter writes, I'm usually a lot more verbose, but this week I feel like my answer would get me put on a watch list. Unrelated, I think more people ought to consider being player 2 when playing Mario Brothers. I love a cryptic response. So what are my thoughts? First, I want to be clear with my definitions. Something that is immoral or unethical is so because by doing it, it harms another person. This isn't necessarily the normal definition, but it's the definition I'm going to use. Second, laws are not written to codify morality. This really is just saying the first point more strongly. Just because something is legal does not make it right, nor is something that's illegal automatically wrong. Too often, the people in power make rules that hurt other people. Finally, the only exception to this rule is if you or someone you are trying to protect would be harmed by someone else. In other words, I think that defending yourself and your freedoms are important and justified. These 3 points can be summarized into one single maxim. The defining characteristic of morality or ethical behavior is that it minimizes or eliminates suffering. Why do I feel this is important? Well, lately there has been a lot of justification happening in Washington that is blatantly hurting people. Safety nets that have been in place for decades that people depend on are being stripped. People, human beings, are being deported without due process, aka they are forced to leave the country, and ICE isn't even checking to see if they are citizens or if they are here legally. And the justification for all this is that the ends justify the means. No, they do not. You can't make yourself rich by stealing from the poor and call yourself a saint. What is my answer to this week's question? No, there is no justification for immorality. I realize that I've rigidly defined morality here, and you're free to have a different view. And if you do, feel free to post those thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and keep questioning. So what do you think? Are there times when extreme actions are justified despite their ethical implications? Comment below with your thoughts. And if you like this video, join our conversation for next time about kindness and its importance on screen now. It's people like you who make these videos possible, and the best way to keep this community going is by joining the conversation.